Aloha, my name is YanYan. My independent learning project is online multiplication flashcards. The reason why I choose this topic is because when I was working in the classroom, I see so many kids struggle with multiplication. Now, multiplication is not a very hard concept. It simply means skip counting or adding the same number over and over again. What seemed to be the problem is the lack of fluency. When students did not memorize the multiplication, they ended up counting their fingers or writing it out and add it over and over again. It can be very time consuming and it can be very frustrating. I have a second grader and he's gonna be a third grader in the fall. So this summer, I had a learning goal for him is to learn multiplication. So for that reason, I went online to search for resources to help him learn. And I find that the best way to learn is to put it on a flashcard. And there are so many websites out there that has multiplication flashcard. Now, before I start that, I actually write down some questions for him. It is not hard for him to understand that 4 is actually more than 2, and 6 is actually 2 more than 4. So when he fill out these sheets, it takes him less than a minute to come to from 0 to all the way to 24. But what seemed to throw him off is the order. When the order is off and he did not memorize his multiplication, for him to do 2 times 5, he has to go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is a very long process. And it can be very tedious and it can be very boring. So I have checked out so many websites and I found 2 websites that I really, really like. The very first one is called ascendmath.com. So this one is very good for practicing. The second one is factmonster.com, and this one is very good for game when you're fluent. And let's go and take a look at the website and see what we have. All right, so the very first one is Ascend Math. So when you scroll down to the very, very bottom, you will see resources, and that is our flashcard for math. So first, you're going to type your name in, and then you're allowed to choose an operation. Because we are focusing on multiplication, we're going to choose multiplication. So there are 3 settings. In this setting, you can focus on one multiplication. It can be 12, it can be 5, it can be 3. So for this preset setting, you can mix and match. Okay, so and if your student think that they are fluent enough, they can do mix and match, and this might be a good setting for them to practice. So you can also set a timer. I wouldn't put a time limit on a beginner, even though you have 3 different settings. But it might help if you put a timer on so that they can see the differences between the first try and the second try or third try. So I am going to choose a number 3, and this is the number of questions. I think 25 is a very good amount because it equals to 2 rounds of practice. So let's check that out. So the first one is 3, and you will notice that the numbers, the questions are out of order. And this is very important because that's what you want them to learn. You want them to retrieve the information until they're fluent. So once you're done with 3, you can move on to 4, 5, 9, 8. And when they feel that they're good, they're up for the challenge, they can always come to Fact Monster and they can play the multiplication games. So if you will see that they're different level. Let's click on level 2 and check that out. It says how many tasks can you solve in 2 minutes? So you are encouraging them to answer as many as possible in 2 minutes. And again, the number is out of order. And if they are fluent, they should be able to do this. And you probably want them to do it 2 times because the second time is they probably get a better score. So let's come back to our slide here. I really like these 2 websites because you don't need to sign up and you don't need to download. You simply have to go to the website, and with Chromebook, students are able to just access them. And when they're free time in the classroom, this might be a good way for them to spend their time. And throughout this project, I have learned how to be picky because there are so many resources. Some are good, some are better, but you might not want to settle with better. You want the best one for your student and for yourself. And if you're picky and you're always searching, you'll find something really good on the internet. And that is my presentation. If you have any comments or feedback, you can leave it in the upcoming assignment. Thank you.